Now, when it comes to formal letters, we're always trying to be as professional as possible. We're never trying to be friendly, but we're also trying to be cordial. We're writing as a professional. So we're going to start off by saying, okay, this person's name is Aaron P. I think it was Flower Lane in our last informal letter. This time we'll go with County Offaly. Here you will also write the date. So let's go with the 21st of June 2030, for example. Whatever the word would be like on that day. And from there you're going to actually write the person's address themselves. You might say, Mr. President. In this case, our president is a man. Currently, as I'm writing this letter, our president is a man. And we're going to write Áras an Uachtaráin, Phoenix Park, County Dublin. We're going to start this letter off by saying, Dear Mr. President. Now generally, in most cases, you would not know who you're going to write your formal letter to. And you would often say, Dear Sir / Madam. It is a way of being respectful when it comes to writing informally. So this is our first greeting and our first heading. Our heading is Dear Mr. President in this case. From here it's our choice. We can start our first paragraph by writing a small greeting, or we can get straight to the point of the letter, depending on the seriousness of the letter. Thank you for your last response, or thank you for your recent letter, or letters, depending on how many letters you've been sending. So letters. I understand you are very busy, but we need a change in our community and awareness. Here the person is writing down a problem that they have. They're reintroducing a problem that they've already contacted the president about. And they're saying, thank you for your last response. I understand you were very busy. They're going to add a comma here, but we need a change in our community and awareness. It's always a good practice to go back and read through your letter to make sure it is perfectly spelled, punctuation is in the right places, because it is a formal letter. It has to be professional. It has to be your best writing. So we need a change in our community and awareness. This is the point of the letter. I started with my greeting, thanking him, making sure he understands that I know he's very busy or she's very busy. If it was a girl, we would say Mrs. President. So we need a change in our community and awareness. Now we're going to introduce our problem, and we're going to skip our paragraph and create a new paragraph. Okay, this is the problem that we're talking about. Formally, we're being very kind, making sure that we're using a nice tone, nothing too drastic, to get our point across. We haven't been rude at all. We want people to listen to us. And if somebody's going to write something that is not nice or derogatory, they're not going to read the letter. So, people are driving too fast in our village, Flower Lane. Here you're going to write down the problem, but you also must always give a suggestion. When giving a problem, it's always important to give a suggestion so that you're not just throwing this problem at the feet of the person. I suggest a zebra crossing or traffic lights to keep pedestrians safe. From there, you will write down yours faithfully, because you don't know the president. You could also write down thank you or looking forward to your reply. It all depends on what you want to write at the end of the letter. Or you could say, I appreciate it. Something like that. I'm not going to write anything here. I'm happy with yours faithfully. And what you could write down here as Aaron is a student. You give your title, student. Because when we give a title, we give ourselves an important title. As a student, we have the right to notify people in higher power than us, as they are adults and in a position of power and authority. We can say that we are students and we are in a position of authority too, that we have the right to notify people of changes that need to be made in our community. And this has been done in paragraph 2, where we've talked about the problem and we've also given a solution or a suggestion on how to fix it. And you might even write RMP in cursive writing, so that you have your print version and RMP. And this would be written below student, but we do not have enough space. So let's run through the body of this letter. We have our address, so that we can get our letter back to us, or a new correspondence. We have the date, just in case this person is reading the date very late and they're thinking, okay, this person sent the letter 2 weeks ago, so 14 days ago, and now it is July. So the president who reads this, or his helpers will read this and say, okay, this person has written this letter a long time ago. We need to look and see what is the problem. Is the problem still affecting this village of Flower Lane? And how can we help it? Is this person actually giving correct information? Let's do some research. And then the president will respond, write his signature, write his name and his address here, and write the other person's name here, and say, Dear Aaron. And a correspondence will go back and forth until they come to a solution. So formal letter has to be perfect. It has to be written professionally